Ashley Unravels is now live. Streaming makers and crafting, Crochet and Chill 42.
Good evening, one and all. We're going to go ahead and start with the streaming. Hopefully you can hear the music and the audio at the same time.
Good evening.
Good evening, Lady Patrick. How are you doing tonight? Running a little bit behind because the other stream I just decided to power through something, so I don't know the temperature yet.
I'm good. How are you?
Other than being a little bit stopped up, I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for checking. The weather is 35, well, the average was 35.33 for the temperature blankets. Do I have to switch colors? I don't. Dang. Okay. Gotta figure out where this color is. It's going to be royal blue instead of blue mint. Did you have any of your campaign tonight that you ended up going to? I typed this. Why is everything so close? I mean, I know I moved the stem, but goodness. Doing minor modifications. Where's royal blue?
What was that? Sorry, cat distracted me.
Oh no, you're fine. I was saying, did you get to play any of your campaign this week yet? I know one time you were talking about the video game that you were playing. You had just gotten skin, and I also thought that you were doing a D&D campaign. And trust, I understand. Kitty priority. I have a dog, but same thing. Except I think cat attention has to be earned. Where did my scissors go? I ask as I found the scissors. here. I'm somewhere.
D&D is every other Saturday. This weekend hopefully I'll be working.
Don't mind me as I am modifying.
Earlier today I was playing Fortnite and Marvel Rivals.
Ooh. I've never played Fortnite. I definitely have done games similar to Rivals, I think. Because they had one that was, I think, similar on the market, but it was for Power Rangers at one point in time. I think there was even a crossover. One night I wear dark colored clothes. Which is every night, but I digress. Close enough to attach it. Where is...
I need to get a new light. I can't see well enough to work with dark colors.
You know what? Honestly, I can't tell you. I'm only trying to get it to show up on camera a little bit better. But I'm also too someone that's always like crocheted with black and navy yarns and not had a
Trying to make something black, but I keep messing up cause I can't see what I'm doing.
And is it a pattern? Or just go with the flow?
It's a pattern I made.
Ooh, okay. You go then. Do you have like a ring light or something? Or that's not even very helpful? You can see that a little bit better on camera. You gotta not...
I have one of those magnifying lights that you wrap around your neck. That helps a lot when I'm doing lace work and other micro crochet.
Oof. I bow down to you, lady, because micro crochet is a whole nother intimidating beast within itself. And that's good to know that you have tools.
All of my crochet injuries have come from micro crochet. Those little hooks are sharp.
And they still allow them through TSA. I am sorry to hear that you've had all those injuries from that.
Taxes was feeling unwell.
We don't want to talk or listen to taxes and stuff. Goodbye. Those things are probably pretty easy to bend too, because I know if I go anything below a heck, even this hook that I'm working with now, it's a 4.5 millimeter. I definitely have bent the handle a couple times. Don't mind me, just butterflying it to the point that I get the yarn out. And then people wonder why crocheters, knitters, and seamstress all want to charge like we do. They don't understand the blood, sweat, tears, and pain that could go into completing a project.
I've only ever bent a couple of hooks. I think it's more a quality thing with the hooks. Some bend really easy, some don't bend at all.
And I am cheap because I will lose a hook so fast. If I went out and spent $50 on a single crochet hook and then I lost it, I probably just went and pick up a hook again. So
I only use cheap hooks from Amazon and eBay.
I will say though, I'm tempted to make my own resin ones just because I have the stuff downstairs. At one point in time, I was doing resin art, but I just haven't heard any good reviews of people that use this type. Seems like it's better to just go ahead and buy the metal ones and add polymer clay for accessibility purposes. We'll see. Is my mic picking up the music in the background?
I tried some of those Clover Amour hooks that everyone raves about, but I didn't like them. The grips were not soft as advertised. Yes, I can hear the music.
Okay. I was just seeing that the volume on my mic was peaking as well, so I didn't know. Because my headset today decided, nope, it's not going to connect, so I didn't know if it was picking up on the mic as well. And it seems like they are separate sources, so I might have just been seeing a glitch. And I'll be looking at Clover Armor. But you're saying that, actually, no, it won't. Because you're saying they're not as soft as they said they were. I mean, this set that I use now, it was a combination of, I bought 2 packets of silicone crochet hooks. I think at the time they might have been $15. I got a set for me and a set for my mom, and now they're all mine. So I just try my
Clover
best.
is one of the pricey brands that people recommend, but I wasn't impressed.
Mm. Okay, then I'll just stick with this kind. Well, I'll stick with this one for now. I need a new set of crochet hooks. Like, I'm trying to think of something that's better censored than the rest of that saying. I did get new knitting needles though, because I truly want to try this year to knit.
I haven't had any issues just using the aluminum and steel hooks. I buy the ones with the soft grips.
The only thing with the aluminum ones is, I will say, my mom was crocheting one time with like a 4 or a G hook, which I think is a 6mm one. She did bend the crap out of that thing. I don't know what she did. So that's why I'm a little leery of them. I also just don't put as much pressure on my hooks, I think. As long as it works. I did see a pack of plastic ones at the Dollar Tree though, and I was a little concerned. To be fair though, I've never used a plastic crochet hook. Now that, well, no, I take that back. There was one that had a silicone grip, and it did have a plastic hook, but one day I knelt down on the couch, and it was no more. It snapped, and it broke. So, yeah.
The only times I've bent hooks it's been either because of the material, like crocheting rope or wire, or because I'm crocheting far too tightly.
That was probably what she was doing. At least we know the crochet struggle is for the beauty. And I don't think I've ever asked. Because someone was in the stream one night, and it's been a couple months, and they did filet crochet. Was that you, or was that someone else that had done a piece that was saying which?
I do filet crochet.
Okay. So is your pictures.
The which piece was mine?
Okay. Just making sure. Both of the pieces were gorgeous. I still favored the black, even though it probably gave you the most amount of pain. I did go and take this piece to my old-fashioned, I don't know how old this piece of cardboard is, but it has the measurement lines on it. It was over 36 inches. Or a little bit under. for length and width. So this is going to be interesting when we get into the hundreds. I may have to move locations. Hopefully not.
Do you have a yarn winder?
I do.
Manual or electric?
Manual. One of the ones that basically it's cream and red. You attach it to the side of a desk or a chair and just go to town.
I have an electric one and I love it.
I've seen those circling around TikTok. And I'm just like, ooh, new, pretty, shiny. It's tempting.
I got it for Christmas last year.
So how many cakes have you made so far since December? Or do you just cake per project that you're doing?
I read a lot of comments online and consensus seems to be that you shouldn't cake until you're going to use.
Understood. For a side quest story, when I was in college, I took a weaving class with a floor loom. And that was the reason why I was asking about your caking method. Because when I took that class, they actually had us like dye our cotton yarns. So we had basically like the big spinner and everything else. And so versus leaving our yarn in hanks after we dyed them, we caked them. So I guess we broke the rules. But are there really any rules in fiber arts? And there we go. We're at the end of this section. So I can start on. I do like the combination of blue and purple that we're getting here. I'm just saying. But I think I like this royal blue the best compared to the purple that we got down here. And we'll fold this up for tonight, and maybe it'll be royal blue again tomorrow, or maybe we'll go into the golds. It was very warm here compared to usual.
The thing I've heard is that natural fibers especially will stretch out when caked.
Makes sense. They're natural and they're still in a state where they want to grow. Okay, and now this is one where it's okay for my shirt to be a dark color. What was I doing last night? Did I do all the slip stitch or the half double crochets? Looks like one got pulled out. Hello? Just confirm me. This is the struggle box I was dealing with, was the slip stitches. But this cuff's gonna look divine when it's done.
Have you worked with faux fur yarn? It's a pain in the ass.
1,000% agree. Yes, I did. Guess what? I don't have those anymore. I made 3, I called them spooters because it was around Halloween time and they're Wednesday themed. So there was a fuzzy fox fur, pink, pastel blue, and green spider that ended up going to one of my boss's daughters. The other one went to a different boss's daughter, and it was black and white. But the butt was like black and white, fuzzy. And then a third one I named Beetlejuice. And I can't remember where Beetlejuice actually went to. But obviously it was purple and green. It was right before, it was the year before Joann's closed where I was. And I agree, because now black yarn, I can at least get the concept and see the holes. On that fox fur yarn, I cannot see a darn thing. That was all vibes and feels. And sometimes I heard from my bosses later, they're like, yeah, it did start to fall apart here and there. I'm like, well, it was free, so I don't feel as guilty. And their kids are old enough where it's like, they know how to play with their toys and not hurt themselves. And what has your nightmare story been with fox fur? Because it sounds like you have one.
I have a WIP that is in faux fur. It's a roadkill scarf. Looks like a very long dead rabbit.
Mm-hmm. Is it gray then? Or is it white? Why is this not acting right?
My nightmare fur experience was working with white fur and trying to make a polar bear. I gave up.
You know what I heard was the best advice after the fact? And it was just yesterday too, I found this out. Apparently, the best way to work with fox fur yarn is to go ahead and crochet it in whatever type of yarn that you want it to have it in, and then add the fur later as like strips that are cut. That would have been great to know. And I understand why you would give up on a polar bear. I have not successfully made a teddy bear origami at all. And I think at the time, too, the ironic part was I was making the stuffed animals because I was ticked off at something that had happened at the workplace. I was like, oh, I'll use this energy and creativity for good. And then I tortured myself even further. That's the irony of that. Have you tried... I don't know what the type of yarn is called. Let me see if I can figure out that before I ask you. Because I know what it was some Big Twist yarn. But it's called Big Twist Supernova is what I have in the living room. I just tried that one for the first time, but it's obviously got a type. Well,
I made my mom a big Christmas stocking out of acrylic yarn and I surface crocheted the fur edging onto it.
There you go. Because no one's going to know. Oh, now this is only talking about the plush yarn. I think they discontinued this yarn outside of like Joann's just closing. Because I'm pretty sure... Actually, is it in this box? No. I have it somewhere in this room. But I tried to make a scarf out of it, and it's already been through the first wash. It is the scratchiest acrylic base yarn that I've ever used. And I would 10 out of 10 not recommend. Beautiful color. If you want to do a tapestry or something. But not to wear. And I pray that you don't have to try to pull it apart, or else it's going to cause problems. Oh, it's already 10:32. I want to see if I figured out what I messed up with this row and got it to work. And then normally I'll say, I'm headed off to bed. Honestly, tonight
I have some big projects that I want to do, but I feel like I need to buy all the yarn up front cause I'm afraid by the time I need more I won't be able to get more.
With all the yarn stores closing, I agree with the scarcity mindset, and that is true. And also, are you someone that deals with the dye lots as well, or no? I just want to check, because some people are like, yes, I must have all the dye lots the same, and other people are like, no. It's okay if they're different. Did I do that right this time? We're just going to say I did. That looks more like ripping. Yeah,
Did you say dye lots? The closed caption said dialogues and I was very confused.
Oh, yes. I did say dye as in D-Y-E, lots. L-O-S-T. And the captioning is actually working on my stream? I mean, I wanted to. I just didn't know that it was. I'll have to update that in the transcript. Restreaming, you see that typing over? That is me. I don't know why it's calling itself what it is.
I'm not super picky about dye lots, but I have had the same yarn be different colors when I had to buy more. It bugs me.
Are you going to get it from Hobby this time? Waiting. I'm going to see if anyone else is streaming potentially on Twitch.
I'm not sure how consistent their inventory is.
Fair. That's the one thing that all crafting companies need to get better at, because I remember online ordering fabric, the issue is, and why I never did it, is because you would need 6 yards uncut outside of obviously the ends, and they would send you 6 yards individually cut up, and then with yarn, I did like the one time when I ordered from Joann's and they sent me an additional like 10 skeins because they lost track of their inventory since they were sending it from different stores. I don't like being a part of the fact that I'm probably one of the reasons why their business model went out of business. But Michael's is doing a little better. I've never bought yarn from Hobby Lobby. I'm not even going to act like I have.
Yeah, my mom has tried to order fabric online from Michael's and it was all cut wrong.
Yeah. So then the only choice is to go in store, but we still don't have a choice when we go in store. Eventually, someday, they will figure... Well, I feel like small business artisans are probably doing it correct. But then we go into the price. They need to be able to pay their people to give the quality of service that they have. However, it just gets pricier. And I did check the stream. The only person that is on right now is Alani. And I know for a fact on my channel, I do not have enough people to raid her.
Michael's and Hobby Lobby are only stores with fabric in store now, at least where I live.
Oh, do I have anywhere else? We have something called like Indigo Hippo. So if it's not one of those stores, it's basically like a thrift store or consignment shop. So yes. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for tonight, but I will be back tomorrow to keep working on the temperature blanket and the cuff for the star cardigan. So I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye for now.
Have a good night.